All right, everybody, welcome. For those of you who just came in, my name is Matt David. I'm the president of the Winooski Music Association and the band director here at U32. We are so excited to transition to our high school concert, and I'm happy to introduce the manager of the high school concert from Harwood, who is currently fixing a drum. Which is a good time for me to tell you all that if you are able to donate so we can keep doing this, please consider doing that. Sound like a broken record. And Mr. Brian Boyce from Harwood.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Thanks so much for coming out. Let's hear it for all of these students tonight. Although it's a cliche, it's so true. It's like it takes a village. All of the amazing teachers that support these students to do this and get here. And of course, all of the parents will give you yourselves a hand as well. My name is Brian Boyce. I teach instrumental music at Harwood, and I'm this year's manager of the high school jazz ensemble. And it's my sincere honor to introduce Mr. Ray Vega, who's been conducting these last 2 days. Gold. Living gold. Like, it's such a gift to be able to hear the stories. Earlier today, the students were, all the conductors did a jam session, and the students got to hear them play and interact and just be with jazz. And one of the kids said, "Do you know anyone famous?" And all of the conductors said, "Well, I know Ray Vega." And so true. And this man has played with Tito Puente, Marco Santa Maria, so many of the greats. And it's just been a joy these last 2 days. Oh yeah. We're supposed to do that after. But anyway, let's get to the music.
One. Hey. Hi. Come on now. Let's try this one more time. Hello, everyone. Hi. So it's been a great last 2 days working with these amazing young musicians. We first heard alto saxophonist Yuba Cormier. And then a beautiful saxophone solo by our beautiful saxophone section, which includes Yuba, of course, and Zoe Keel. Zoe Keel. I've been speaking to these folks with their first names. Now I'm seeing the last names for the first time. Of course, Jacob over here. I'm just going to give you my first name. Give it up for Jacob on the saxophone. Nula on the saxophone. And the youngest member of this section, Sylvan Thompson. And then we had a wonderful trumpet solo by Acer Thompson. Give it up for Acer Thompson. So that composition was really important because it's called Moten Swing. It was written by the great Benny Moten, and his band was the band that would become, after his passing, would become the Count Basie Orchestra, which is celebrating going on to its 90th. Last year was their 90th anniversary, and they still travel. So we're honored to be able to have an opportunity to give homage to these great masters. And give it up, don't these folks sound just wonderful? Come on. So this next composition that's composed by Jerry Mulligan is important to present because it's part of a very important recording by a gentleman who's having we are celebrating his centennial this year. Speaking of the great Miles Davis. And this is from a recording of Miles Davis from 1949, which would eventually take on the name The Birth of the Cool. And this is a Jerry Mulligan composition titled Jeru. And if you like to clap and stuff like that, just go on and do it, okay? If you want to clap, you can clap. Yes. baritone saxophone. Silver, give it up for Silver. Baritone saxophone. On trumpet, Acer. That's your brother. Your brothers together, the Thompson brothers. Oh my God. So we got in early yesterday, and these kids are just ready to go at it. And you know, I teach college. I go around. I live here and I teach at UVM, but I travel around the country doing this kind of stuff at high schools and colleges. But mostly on the college level. And I have to say that what I love the most about these young folks is they sat there attentive the whole time. There wasn't anything like, can you just stop talking for one nothing? It wasn't like, you know, I have to do that at school. You know, okay, can you stop, you know, listen up. But these folks were focused and ready to have a good time. But what I told them, the most important thing they could do when you walk away from this thing is to say, I had a really good time. I had fun. But, by the same token, have them walk away with some experience of how to better play with each other and create music. And so I think that's a big plus. And the proof is here, and these guys sound wonderful. Please give them a round of applause. So, this next composition is written by a young man named Troy Andrews. Troy, is this how shall I speak into the microphone? You're listening to Friday Night Jazz on Vermont Public. Sorry, that great thing is doing radio right now. And sorry. But, so, I met, this composition is called Hurricane Season. It's written by a young man named Troy Andrews. And they call him Trombone Shorty. But Troy's like so tall. But I know why they call him Shorty. I met him when he was Shorty. I met him when he was like this big. And he and another young musician named Christian Scott, who's a wonderful trumpeter, I saw them at a concert that I did with Nicholas Payton's band in the very 26 years ago. And they were little itty bitty guys. And so whenever I see Troy, I look up to him and I go, it's been a long time. But he's a beautiful young man. He goes under the name of Trombone Shorty. He's a real treasure of American music. And this is one of the hits that he put out several years ago. But we need audience participation. I know it's the beginning of the evening for the high school people. You see, we want you to really loosen up right before you get to hear the fantastic vocal jazz ensemble. So we need audience participation. Now I know most Vermonters are pretty shy now. They're, oh, I won't do that. No, we need to let our hair down. I recently saw Bela Fleck and the Flecktones over the Flint, and folks were getting there, they were up there having a good time. So all to say, I'm going to need all of you. This front row here, you look too serious, and I need all of you to participate. Yes, look at that. So, when I point to you while we're playing, you have to go, yeah! So, let's try this on, from this side on. When I point to you, please say, yeah. Yeah! That's pretty darn good. How about this side here? We're gonna need and that includes y'all up there in the nosebleed section. They're hiding back there because they're chilling. They're like, I'm gonna sing the show. So let's get a year from here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! That's a little psycho screaming. Let's even it out over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! Okay. So just watch me. When I turn around and go to point you guys, you have to do it. Now, another thing that you have to do is, if you feel like getting up and dancing, that's a good thing too. Now, since I've been living in Vermont, I discovered a dance that I have now called the Vermonter. Okay, now, this is what the deal is with the Vermonter. I learned this playing with Cat Wright's band Thursday nights at Radio Bean in Burlington, And also with the Gribble Funk Band playing over at the Red Square. Yes, long time ago. Okay, so I'm gonna need our two drummers to give me a nice funky groove, and then I'm gonna show you how to dance the Vermonter. Notice I didn't say the Vermonter, I said the Vermonter. So you know I'm down with the program, right? So my two drummers, give me a funky groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now, check it out, check it out. See what's happening? It's the music's mesmerizing. You stand up there and they just go like this. It doesn't matter if it's reggae, it doesn't matter if it's salsa, it doesn't matter if it's R&B or country western music. So, with that being said, while I'm pointing at you to go, yeah! Yeah! Y'all can do the and nobody's gonna see you. Don't worry, they won't grab you at the price shop or go, I saw you dancing the Vermonter. It's dark in here, nobody's gonna know what you're doing. I'm gonna be looking at you guys here. And while I'm at it, because this will be our last number, but it'll be a long one, and you're going to be all sweaty and worked up from dancing. Your watches are going to go, oh, you got your circles in. You got your exercise circle in. So I want to introduce these fantastic musicians. On alto 1, Yuma. I'm just going to say, I don't got these last names together. Give it up for Yuma on the alto side. Give it up for Zoe on the alto side. Jacob on the tenor saxophone. I can't do this Spanish thing, sorry. Y aquí tenemos el saxofón tenor. I speak Spanish. Mira, nulo! And we have the young one here. Sylvan! Give it up to Sylvan on the back. Okay. On the trombones. Where are they? Isaac! Raise your hand. Beneko, put your hand up. We have some, we have a lot of folks in the band this evening. And we're going to keep moving it right along. Yes, indeed. On piano, give it up for Matt on the piano. Let's try to one more time. Matt, stand up and look at your audience. Matt on the piano. On the vibes, give it up for Jane on the vibes. We got Calvin on the guitar. Or if we were down south, we go Calvin on the guitar, but we're not there. Anyway, on the drum, let's make a little space here. If you see them, you can sit down for a second so we can show off our fabulous percussionistas, the great drummers. We have two amazing bass players. Give it up for Ben and Finnegan on the bass back there. We have Ella and Sophia on drums. All right, I'm going to keep going over here. What else do we have over here? We have Anna on the clarinet. We have Acer on trumpet. We have Lauren on trumpet. Yeah, and we got some grown-ups up here that y'all know already. So, anyway, we're gonna get into this, and remember the deal, right? Yeah, and pointing, and then we gotta come. Okay. Those cheers of police kids that work their butts off. Give it up for these young people. They work their butts off. Thank you. Keep joining me. Now, as a child and a product of public education and learning how to play my trumpet at Clark Junior High School in the South Bronx, in the South Bronx in public school, I learned how to play trumpet there, and it changed my life. And so I'm an intense advocate of public education and arts in education. And this is the proof of the pudding. These folks are going to do great things in their lives, and music is a major part of it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you.